Right. Hi guys, so welcome back. We're here. Welcome. Houses, Heels, and Hoops, and I'm Diane.
I'm Michelle.
And today we're going to talk about the commitment, having a kid who's an athlete and performs at a high level, and being able to be a parent and run our businesses and do all the things we need to do as moms.
The day-to-day activity of a mom.
So I would say to anyone who is thinking about putting your kid in a sport, not even just a sport, any activity that is going to be around for years and years, to just make sure you understand what type of commitment that you'll have to make to that thing. Not only just your time, but financially, the sacrifices that you'll have to make as a family to make some things happen.
And let's start with time. So I'll speak on the fact that having two jobs, one a career, it was kind of hard in the beginning, but I always was like, God, you're gonna have to work this out. Mm-hmm. So I just had to sit back and say it's not about me, it's about the kid. Mm-hmm. And me trying to move forward as a parent for my kid. So with me actually being a nail artist, I started to switch my clientele around. So of course we would know in advance, and some things short notice, but if I knew that he had practice or work hours or something of that sort, depending on the time frame, instead of me saying, oh, I can't take you, or trying to find somebody to take him, I said, you know what, I'm going to have to make a sacrifice. Mm-hmm. So I would just move my clients around his schedule. Some of them didn't like it, and I lost a lot of clients, but at the same time, God looked out because I picked up more.
Right.
So a lot of people don't want to do that. And it drives me crazy. That's just me.
Yeah.
Because when I see a parent that's like, oh, no, I gotta work. What did you have kids for?
Right.
That's probably not. Sorry, y'all, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I get it.
Because once you give birth, this is your sole responsibility, obligation. Everything you do is for them, but at the same time, you have to separate what is for you and what is for them.
Right.
And you have to come to some compromise somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. I think time for me is important, being able to plan in advance. A lot of times there are practices thrown in like last minute, and I absolutely hated that when that happened, because on Sundays I looked at my whole week and I've determined what I had to do every day. Mm-hmm. And when you throw a practice in there on a day when it wasn't supposed to be practice, that messed me up. And so what I would do, I know I was in school pretty much in the beginning. Yeah. And so what I started doing was I would just take my book bag.
You had that laptop, book bag. Every gym,
every gym I was in, I was doing some homework or had my laptop out or reading material for class or whatever I had to do. That's what I did. So I think being able to make the adjustment, like you said, to your time, to your schedule, and be able to accommodate your kid at the same time, because it's not impossible to do, because we've been doing it forever.
And even single parents, we've there and been there, so it's still no excuse to me.
It's not
an excuse, because effort, no matter what, just like you want them to have effort on the court, effort on the field, it's the same as a parent. You have to put forth the effort for everything to fall in place. Right. That's just how I look at things. And God, once He sees that you're trying to do something, He's going to put it in place for you. Yeah. And it definitely is a sacrifice.
And then let's talk about that, though, because, it's Saturday morning, and we could be making money, but where are we?
No, you wanted me to get up.
But we're in the gym, though.
But I didn't have any clients this morning. I really didn't have to get up.
Okay.
You wanted me to come to this gym with you.
Yeah, because we have to see what's going on. But anyway,
you want me to be with you.
Yeah, that's so we can record.
See this bond?
So we can talk about these things that we need to be talking about, because parents need to understand.
Texting people at 7 a.m. talking about going to the gym. What? No.
Yeah, because it's AAU tryouts today. and
All
they're in
over
high
the city.
school. All over the city is AAU trials. Everybody want to have their trials at the same time on the same day.
Right.
But whatever.
You know, right.
So we had to be here because our kids are in high school now. So that sacrifice of getting up early in the morning and getting them here at 9 o'clock on a Saturday after we worked all week.
Don't say 9. Let's try to be 15 minutes early.
Yeah, try to. But anyway, so, you know, we have businesses that run on the weekends. So when we're not doing that, when we can't do that, that means money is not coming in.
And that was my thing. It's like, as long as I knew his schedule in advance, then I could schedule my clients accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if it's last minute, then yeah, that's going to come up every now and then. I might have to cancel somebody.
Right.
Or I might have to have somebody take him. But as long as I know in advance, then, or any parent, as long as you know in advance, you should be able to move your schedule around that fits you, or find someone
that can help.
kid.
Exactly. Yeah, I would say use your resources as much as you can, because if you don't ask, then people don't know that you need help.
And in the other segments, if for those parents that actually need help as far as transportation, we'll kind of give you some leads, because there are companies out here that are just up and coming that are actually doing the transportation for your kid, so that you don't have to rearrange your schedule, or just to help you out a little bit. There are a lot of them out here now, so, but we'll get to that one.
A lot of reputable ones too, because the safety of your kid is very important when you're talking about someone else transporting them. And I think that kind of stops parents from really asking others to do that for them. I know for me, I absolutely hate sending my kid in an Uber anywhere.
A lot of parents do. I just think it's the
unsafest thing. Yeah, I mean, we do it because we have to, and but it's my absolute last option if I can't find anything else, because I just feel like it's so unsafe. And the number one thing is their safety. So
he's been in an Uber, I swear to you, since he's been 11.
Yeah, I can't.
I know.
I try. I mean, I do it, like I said, when I need to. But for the most part, I try not to put him in an Uber.
Okay. So, let's talk about the commitment as the player.
Okay.
Outside of the court, but still focused on their game.
Okay.
And this goes for basketball, football, whatever sport that they're playing. I think it's up to the parent to instill in the child that they have to do something on and off the court to better themselves. Mm-hmm. And our main focus was training.
Okay.
And finding the right trainer. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah. You'll go through some trainers.
Yeah.
Gone through some trainers.
Yeah. We went through some trainers, and it finally got to the point where I let him fill them out, and he was finally able to answer and say, "Mom, I really want more one-on-one," mm-hmm. or "Can I go to try this person out?" Which they didn't mind. I mean, 1 or 2 sessions. It's costly, but
it's very costly.
Yeah, it's very costly. But let them, put their hand in the water, and if they don't feel it at this age, they already know what they want.
They do.
So, I think as a freshman, he can go in any gym with any trainer and basically walk out and say, "I'll give it one more time," or "I'm not interested."
Yeah. I think that a lot of time, and I had this issue before we started high school, I saw a lot of kids and their parent wanted them to be the best thing on the floor, but realistically the only basketball that they were seeing was practice. And so I've been kind of screaming about training for a long time, because I feel like a lot of kids aren't where our kids are. But I think that's because we started an extra training piece earlier than most people do. When you get to high school, they have, trainers on staff, but you got to get there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The locations of the school. Of course, the training is after school.
Right.
So now you're talking 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, you're picking your child
right.
up.
But what I'm saying is the trainers come with the school.
Right.
So it's not extra.
Right.
That you have to pay.
That's what I'm saying. I would rather.
It comes with the school, but prior to getting to high school, training is absolutely necessary. Whether it be one-on-one.
I think 6th grade.
Yeah. I think before they get to middle school. So more
Really?
like fifth. Yeah, because we started like fifth, right? Training.
Yeah, we did.
I think it was like fifth grade we started training, and so I think that's the reason why our kids stood out a lot more on the team that they were on. Was because they were the ones getting the training, and no one else on the team was doing that. It was just practice for them. I mean, if you can't afford training, then we get it. We understand everybody can't. But
I'll say this, because there was a parent on our team. I'm not saying that they couldn't afford it, or if they could, I don't know. But that parent would take their child out on a regular basis, especially on the weekend, and would train with them.
Right.
So even if it calls for you as a parent to get out there because your funds just can't do it right now, do it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
I mean, it's really simple though, because you can YouTube drills.
Well, I didn't do all that.
No, I'm saying you didn't, but I'm just saying in general, if you're that parent who you're like, okay, I can't make this commitment financially to it, make a time commitment. Go on YouTube and find some videos that say, that teach you drills that your kid can do.
I'm gonna tell you what I did.
To do
this
that.
was when my back was against the wall, and I was like, okay, you're gonna have to sit out of training for a minute because mommy just can't do it.
Right.
Child,
I had that conversation too. That's not the best conversation.
In the driveway, yeah, he was upset.
Yeah.
But he kind of was like, I understand. I sat a chair in the driveway, and I made him, and I would time him. I made him run from the driveway up the street, down, made him go back and forth, then come in the driveway, go back out to the basketball court, shoot around the world, and then come back out, and then I would time him each one. He just couldn't believe it. He was like, where'd you get this from? I was like, just do the shit.
Yeah.
Because I just felt, I didn't want him to know everything that was going on at the moment, but it was just like, I gotta keep up with him.
Yeah.
I can't just let him sit and just because I'm down in the dumps and
Right.
I can't do it for him right now. I gotta do something. So that's what I was saying. I ain't looking no YouTube. I was just thinking
I'm
this
just
stuff.
saying, before technology, you had to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like the more prevalent technology becomes, the more information is out there
Right.
for you to get, and you don't even have to pay
Right.
for it. Like
Right.
it doesn't take any money to do what you did.
And for the moms that take yoga classes, it's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yoga is perfect.
Speaking of from my nephews
all
when they
athletes,
first started
yeah.
and they football, but when they first started and they would come home and they would be like, oh, they were sore, and I'm like, they were like, we were in hot yoga,
I didn't even
and I'm
know
like,
yoga
what?
did all of that,
Yeah,
but it works.
so I do make him do a little couple of positions every now. He hates it because they just don't want to stretch.
They don't.
Why do they get to the age and they don't want to stretch?
But they have to stretch because
Yes,
when they don't, injuries happen, torn ACLs, all that kind of stuff. And I don't have time for that. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't. We've been healthy forever, thank you God.
Yes, you have.
But
you really have.
I do not want to deal with any type of.
That broken foot got me.
Oh yeah. We've been so healthy, and I'm just thankful for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been good. Thank God for him.
Okay, and so the next.
Sorry to cut you off, but y'all just see a side eye, and that's because we're paying attention to something else. But we still
the kids are on the
in
court, so that's what we're paying attention to. So the next commitment, I would say financially, is a major commitment. I know for me, there were times when I was just down and out. Like, I had absolutely nothing. And
Say it.
And I had to have a conversation with my son, like, hey, baby, like, we can't do this training right now. And the travel piece that comes along with this basketball thing, especially
again, sacrifices.
Yeah, especially before high school, because with high school, a lot of the fees that we normally encounter are covered, but prior to high school, it was all on us.
All on us. Like, I can recall, guys, remember in the first episode I told you nobody liked her. Nobody. But I didn't have a choice. I had to go and actually talk to this wench because I just didn't have it.
Because I handled the money for the team.
treasurer or whatever.
I don't know, but I handled the
She
money.
was somebody.
So I was responsible for making sure that all of the bills for the team was paid.
Right.
And when people weren't able to meet their financial obligations, it made my job very difficult. And so when parents couldn't pay, then they had to come to me and kind of tell me why. But what Michonne doesn't know is I was going through the same thing everybody else was going through. I was just doing, just doing what I was asked to do, and I was it. My bill was behind too. But I had to, ask other people for their money too.
Yeah, because I had to come to you, and I was just like, and I'm going to talk about this because this is kind of like a touchy. Because I just think that if you falling behind or you can't do it, but you really, really still want your son to play and you don't want your son to know what's going on, or whatever it may be honest with either the coaches or whoever paying the money. Mm-hmm. Don't just jump out there and say, "Oh, I'm not paying." Don't do that.
I would say don't lie, first of all, because I would get all kinds of lies about why the payment wasn't paid. But realistically, I just don't have it.
Right.
And like I said, you never know what somebody else is going through, because I was going through the same thing all the other parents were going through. I didn't have it either. Right. You know what I'm saying? So all you have to do is say, I don't have it, but I can do this.
Right.
I come with a solution.
I came with a payment plan.
You came with a solution.
I've told you, I was like, I get paid this. Can I give this at this time, and then it'll be paid for? And you were like, okay. But my thing is, I'll even sign a contract because I'm just going to be honest up front. Mm-hmm. If I don't have it, I don't have it. It's either yes or no answer.
Yeah. That's
going to come from whoever the treasurer is or whoever's handling the money, whoever the coach, whatever. Or the coach may say, I'll go ahead and front it, and then you pay it back whenever. It's just a matter of you, as the parent, in that type of situation, opening your mouth.
Yeah, and having that conversation and being honest about, what your position is, because you're not the only one who's going through financial situations. You're not. Absolutely not the only one.
But don't stick the whole team.
Right.
By not saying anything, because when you don't say anything and then the travel and all this comes up, the rooms are reserved and so forth, and then your child is one of the main starting five, and then boom, the 2 days before we're going to travel, you're saying that you can't afford for them to go. Because I don't know if you can recall, at one point we had another person on the team. This is when you were doing okay, I was doing okay, and we all kind of. She didn't want to say anything, but we kind of collectively together just helped out.
Right.
Even if it's for a flight, you never know who's willing to help.
If you don't ask.
But and I'm going to say this. We as black people always want to hide everything because we don't trust anything. Or we always think somebody else is looking down on us. That's not the case.
No, not at all.
It's called communication. Communication. Even if it's with one person, if you just feel it's one person out of that bunch that you can trust, talk to that one person. Yeah. That one person may go above and beyond to find help.
Right. And then the thing about it is, I know people aren't used to people keeping their information confidential, but it was never a situation where I had a conversation about somebody's financial situation with another person. It was never ever that. I worked in healthcare, so I'm HIPAA compliant.
I was about to say HIPAA.
Every area of my life, I just don't share people's information that they, share with me. That's just my policy. That's just.
You don't have to worry about me ever handling no money because I can't count.
I know, but I'm a little dyslexic too. So anyway.
give me a calculator, and I'm even fucked up with that.
Yeah, I definitely need a calculator. So
people that know me, especially I'm gonna say you and Stephanie. Y'all know I used to sit at the table like, what? How much?
What's the bill? Because I don't. Just tell me what it is. We could tell her anything.
No,
she wouldn't know.
But hold on, Stephanie would come with the percentage, and I'm like,
she come down to the penny, and we like, okay, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, but just tell me what I owe.
Right. So,
but again, the financial sacrifices that we have to make, it's kind of. But AAU, it's steep.
It's real steep. I think didn't you keep track of how much you spent on AAU like the whole time? I never did that, but she did that.
When he said that he didn't want to play basketball no more, I was that parent. I broke that shit down from the age of 9 to, what was that? When he was 13?
About 13. Yeah, he was about 13.
On how much I spent and time I sacrificed. And I asked him, when was he going to pay me back? Since he wasn't interested no more. And it wasn't that I was forcing him to play again, but I knew he was just having a moment.
Right.
And
that happens because life happens. The same thing for us.
And it actually was a teaching moment for him. Because not only did I write these numbers down, it was more so, you can't be a quitter.
Right.
And I could see if he said, I don't want to do it anymore, and then he had another interest and said, well, I want to do this. Then I might have would have been a little lenient, like, okay. But it was just, no, I don't want to do it anymore. So, what you want to do? Because you're not going to sit in the house and play on your phone all day.
Right.
Like, you have to do something. So, once I wrote them numbers down,
he's playing, nevertheless, he's playing basketball right now.
Hello? But that's the other thing, too. You have to instill in them the confidence that they need.
Yeah.
Because they want to need it. And by my child not having the height like everyone else, but they say he has the game, he has to give 110% because he's not a 7-footer. You know? And I'm sure it's kind of stressful, but at the same time, you know your game.
Yes. And just play that. You know. Yeah.
Okay, guys. It's early morning. We gave y'all a whole lot. Before 12. Before 12 noon. Thanks to her. Miss Early Bird right here. So, we're going to go ahead and let y'all take a nap. Because we won't be able to.
We won't.
Unless you guys are doing what we're doing. Sitting in a gym early morning.
And you probably are.
Probably. More than likely. We're doing the same. But if you are, kudos to your kid. Hope your kid is drafted on whatever team they desire to be on. I hope you guys will give a big ups to our kids. Because this is the month.
We have to support all the kids. It doesn't matter what team they play on. It doesn't matter what organization. It doesn't matter what school they go to. We have to support our youth, just period.
Yep. So, y'all have a good weekend. And we will see y'all. Of course, we keep looking at the boards, right? But we're going to pay more attention to these kids now.
All right.
All right. Have a good one.
See y'all soon.
Bye.